Welcome to Grey County Life. I'm JC Coutts.
I'm Sarah Carmichael. We've got a very busy show today. We'll talk to Tom and Sam, who are the stars of Sexy Laundry, which will be coming to the Roxy Theatre next week. Also, Katie McLeish from the Owen Sound and North Grey Union Public Library will be in to talk about the Youth Film Festival, as well as other events and activities at the library. And Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter is going to be joining us with an animal that is looking for a forever home.
It's been a busy week. How have you been? Have you been up to anything exciting?
Not really.
No?
I wish I could say I had been, but not really. I am finding that the best way to save money is to not do anything, to just stay home. I basically grounded myself because I want to be able to spend less money. And I mean, we all know that the cost of groceries are insane. So I've been trying to limit my grocery store visits, and one of the ways to do that is to just not go anywhere. And so I've been trying to, eat my way through the freezer and the cupboards and trying to use what we have. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok, and she's from the East Coast. I don't know exactly where. I want to say Halifax area, and she's definitely in like an East Coaster. Her name's Alex, and she has a segment that she does up on TikTok, and basically it's showing you how to make fairly cheap but still healthy meals for your family, because she's got 2 little kids, and her slogan is we use what we have. So if she has to substitute something in a recipe, she's like, I don't have sour cream, I'm going to use cottage cheese instead. We use what we have. And so that's kind of been my mindset the last little while, as I've been trying to be more conscientious of what I'm spending and what I'm buying.
Does she share any stories of like bad substitutions, like never use this for that because it's just going to be awful?
I don't think so. Not that
yet,
I've seen, but she definitely says like, I know how to do this. I know how to do this right because I've done it wrong before, right? Or she'll be like, definitely let this marinate, for at least 2 hours in the fridge. Or if she'll make like a pasta salad and she's like, you have to let it sit overnight. She does give you the sort of tips and tricks, but yeah, she's pretty great, and she's just like a normal gal. Right? She's not like a professional cook. It's just in her kitchen. And I think it's more relatable because of that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing is hiding away. But I did get out to see Something Rotten. We actually went the same night.
We did go the same night. And I think we sat fairly close to each other. Maybe, I'm not sure, but we didn't actually see each other.
Well, I saw you.
Oh, okay.
You were in row N, I was in row P. So I could see you and your wife just like right there, sort of in my peripheral vision. But that was the Saturday night performance last weekend. And of course, they did wrap up, it was the weekend before, yes. But they did wrap up their run this past week of Something Rotten at the Roxy.
And it was incredible. They did such a great job. And I think there's at least, if I'm not mistaken, 10 nominations.
I thought there was like 14.
14 nominations between cast on the stage, between production teams, for the Western Ontario Drama League, if I'm getting that right.
Sounds about right.
The WODL. I might be making up the words in there, but just incredible to see the cast nominated, because it was such a well done performance. And hopefully we have some award winners. We'll have to wait and see when they announce those awards, but that's another feather in the cap for the Roxy Theatre and everybody that's a part of it.
Absolutely. And I was just further reminded being there of just how small a town it is. Standing in the lobby before the show began, just having an adult beverage with my boyfriend. He decided to go with me, and up walks someone that I haven't seen since high school. It's been over 20 years. Garrett, his cousin Ridgely, was in the play. Ridgely Dyer.
Yeah, Ridgely was great.
Yeah, he was wonderful. But I didn't even put it together, right? I knew the last name, but then, this Garrett, who I knew from high school, haven't seen him since. He's there. Another friend of mine from high school is there. Like, it was just, I was bumping elbows with people. I'm like, oh, hey. And then actually Ridgely's dad, Ted, is Uncle Ted, and he is a frequent caller to my radio show.
Oh, really?
And I've never met the man in person, but I got to meet him in person. I got to meet the Uncle Ted. And so I was very excited about it. So that was definitely an extra bonus of being at the show, was getting to meet all of Ridgely's family at the same time. but yeah, it was a great production. Hats off to the cast, the crew, the costume designers. My goodness. They spent like a year making those costumes from scratch, which is incredible. So yeah, it was great.
There you go. So if you're wondering where the best places to catch up with old friends are in Owen Sound, attack games,
Yes.
Roxy Theatre, grocery store. That's what we got so
Pretty
far.
much.
Anyway.
Yeah. Or maybe on the odd night, the harp.
Or maybe the harp.
Few and far between nights for me.
Or
but...
the fish tent.
Oh, the
another
fish
one.
tent is a high school reunion.
That's a summer. That's a seasonal event.
Yeah, so that'll be end of August, early September. Usually the Owen Sound Salmon Derby, which is coming back this year. Also, we've got another fishing derby that's starting this week, the Lures and Lines Spring Trout Derby. That one officially starts this weekend, actually, and it runs through until May 12th. So if you are someone that's into fishing, I actually did buy a ticket.
Did you?
Because I'm like, I do go out fishing sometimes, not as frequently as many, but I thought it'll be my luck that I will go out and I will catch like a 14-pound lake trout and I won't have a ticket. Like that's my luck. So I thought, you know what, for the $25, I'm gonna get my ticket in case, right? And I mean, worst comes to worst, the money goes to a good cause. It goes to conservation efforts.
Yeah.
It's all good. But I did buy a ticket because last year, I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a giant fish caught off the wall down on the harbor.
Really? Off
Yeah.
the wall?
Yeah, just casting a line off the wall. And it would have been, this is during the Owen Sound Salmon Derby, it would have been a derby winner. Kid didn't have a ticket.
Oh.
He took it over and had it weighed in just out of curiosity. Fish was massive. He would have absolutely won a boat, but he didn't have a ticket. And, he was honest about it. Don't have a ticket, but I'm like, never do I want to be in that position. So I always get the ticket. Even if I go fishing once during the Derby, I still get that ticket.
If you were wondering what that sound was, it sounded like an explosion. That was the minds of every fisherman and fisher person in Owen Sound that has their $100,000 boat and the best line setup and the best equipment, and some kid on a wall catches the winner.
I think it was off the east side wall. Down near the health building. But yeah, pretty incredible. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing hopefully in the next little bit, getting out fishing, hoping to get myself a place in the Lures and Lines Derby.
All right. Well, speaking of incredible show today. First up, we're going to have Tom and Sam here. They're in the new production Sexy Laundry. It'll be at the Roxy for 3 shows. They'll be here momentarily. Katie's going to be here from the library. We'll talk about some exciting things happening there, including the Youth Film Festival. And Renee going to be here with an animal. It's all coming up on this week's Grey County Life.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio now, we have 2 actors who you've probably seen before on the Roxy Theatre stage and elsewhere. They're here to talk about a new production they're in together called Sexy Laundry. We have Tom Albrecht and Sam Colwell-Castles with us. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us today.
JC, thanks for having us.
Now, first of all, let's talk about Sexy Laundry. This is a play that people might have heard about last year at the Bruce County Playhouse. You worked together. Was this the first time you worked together on a play?
Yes, yeah.
Amazingly.
Long time coming, yeah.
Yeah. So you worked together on this last year. What's it all about?
It is a show about a couple in their midlife who has an empty nest, save one, and they're on couples weekend to try to rekindle the flame, to find what they've lost, the spark. So it's a comedy and a relationship, a show about a relationship, like a deep relationship, and it's been really great.
Yeah,
really
25
great.
years of marriage and a journey that you go on to try and find each other again. So
That's amazing.
yeah, it's
And
really funny.
It's very funny, and it played to big audiences last year at the Bruce County Playhouse, which of course is in Southampton. This year you get to bring it to the Roxy stage.
Yes.
It's a very limited run, though, for people that have been to the Roxy before. You're probably used to 2 or 3 weekends and lots of opportunities to see a show. This one, it's only 3 nights.
Only 3 nights, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And it's sort of a remount. As you said, we put it on last summer in Southampton, and it went over really well. But it's a
Yeah.
much smaller house in Southampton. Their Bruce County Playhouse plays out of the old Southampton Town Hall, right on that main corner, and that beautiful old brick building. But it's not a theater like the Roxy's a theater. Like, Roxy seats 400, and I think that Bruce County Playhouse is usually at around 200 seats. It's about half the size.
Yeah, yeah. So it did very well, and people were asking about it, so decided to do it again for 3 nights. So
Nice.
yeah,
And is it a big cast, or is it just the 2 of you?
just the 2 of us.
Wow.
Really? For the entire thing, just the 2 of you.
Yeah, just the 2 of us and a bed.
Well, hey, that's awesome. And you said that you've worked together before. You hadn't worked together before.
No.
But of course, both of you have plenty of experience with working in
Yes,
theater. And
yes.
I know that JC was mentioning, You, Me, and a Bit of Driftwood.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
actually a play that you wrote.
Yeah, it was a play that I wrote. I work in health, and during the pandemic, I was looking for something because theatre was taken out of our lives. So I was looking for a bit of an outlet, and it turned into something that I'm quite proud of, actually. So, and it did help a lot of people understand what they went through and give them an outlet to express it. So, yeah.
It seemed, and I was lucky enough to see it, and
Oh,
it
thank you.
seemed very, some parts of it very autobiographical. Was it very true to life for you, or was a lot of that just made up from other stories you heard about?
Some bits were experiences. Some bits were relatable stories for some friends, and then adding to it to bring some comedy. But a lot of the work Zoom calls are things, little funny things that have happened, and I just brought them all together.
Yeah, it was a very cool, I guess, challenge for the tech team over at the Roxy Theatre to pull that off with.
Not been done before.
There was recorded video, there was live video happening from somewhere else in the theater, and it all came together beautifully. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Has anybody, I know it's out there now, so other people can actually take this show on and perform it in their communities.
Yes, yeah. I have had some interest. Nothing's come to fruition yet, but it is a challenging play to put on. So, but hopefully one day it will be picked up. Not too concerned about that though, because it really was something that I did for myself, and to just give back to Grey Bruce County, and as a thank you to all the hard work that was done, which is why I did the video reel. So if it's only ever on stage once, that's all that matters. It was a gift, really.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And Tom, you also have a very long history at the Roxy Theatre. I know just my only 2 plays. You've been in them alongside me as well. Most recently, we were just discussing this before, some people might have seen you in Something Rotten going across the stage. Smaller role in that one, but a big role in the theater itself. And I think in the most recent years, you've kind of taken on a director role too, or you're at least...
It's actually something I'm kicking the tires on, so I've never actually stepped into that position. It's a big one, and the people who do it are, man, full of energy and creative gusto. It's a place I really love, the Roxy. It's been wonderful to me. I was first on that stage in 2008 and have done a bunch of stuff and met a lot of really amazing people, present company included, and it's a place that's really welcoming to me. So it's great to be able to do lots of different roles, right? Like a little part is not a little part, and I don't want to be a little actor, so I'll do that part to the best of my ability. Sweep up, mop the stage, and then when I get a chance to do something like Born Yesterday or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it makes it that much more special because I know the place and I know that I've helped other people create something really great.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned small roles because there's one small role you had actually at the Bruce County Playhouse last year to play. Its name escapes me, but I think your only role was putting your arms through a window at one point. And I'm like, that's a great actor. That arm came through that window perfectly.
So well.
But let's talk about some of your other experience because you're both professional actors in the past. Sam, what's your professional experience? Where might have people seen you before?
Well, a lot of my work has been through, thankfully, the Bruce County Playhouse. I did my training in Vancouver and worked in some theatre there, and then moved back to England for a while, and then back to Canada. And in a small community like this, you don't think that you'd ever actually. I thought my acting was over, right? And it was never going to happen, and I've never acted more. So I'm really thankful for the community side of the Roxy. That's been wonderful. And then really thankful for Bruce County Playhouse to allow us to have that professional experience. So things like Shirley Valentine was one of my favorites, and Ladies Foursome, things like that. And it's all been through Bruce County Playhouse, which I'm very thankful for. So, yeah.
If it's your passion, this is a great area to be in. If theater acting is your passion.
There's a lot here, and a lot for people to get involved in, and very welcoming as well. Like new actors and people that want to just give it a go. Yeah, definitely give it a go.
It's a fun time. It's really great. Bruce County Playhouse this is their 10th season, which is an achievement in itself, right? But so many wonderful places have started out of like those little town hall theaters that dot this province, right? And used to be such a big part of community fabric. And I think that live theater is a wonderful way to help communities stay together, help downtown cores be viable. I think of something like Drayton Festival Theater, which started in one of those little town halls, right? The Blythe Festival started in one of those little town halls, and those are really vibrant artistic organizations that help Ontario be a great place to live, right? It adds to quality of life, I think.
Have there been any for you, Tom, any memorable roles that you've had over the years, whether they've been on stage at the Roxy or maybe on another stage that you've had that if you've ever had like maybe an opportunity to do that one again, you would love to do that one again?
Yeah, the first show I did at the Roxy was right after I had spent 3 seasons at the Stratford Festival, and it was an opportunity to play Hamlet. And it doesn't come along. It doesn't come along often at all for any actor, right?
That's like the Stanley Cup for actors.
It is.
Like it's a
it
big,
is, right? Yeah. And so, okay, maybe I'm not the most incredibly talented or the most experienced, but man, oh man, like just to step up to the plate and take a swing, right? It was a wonderful experience for me, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity, and it was here in Grey County.
That's incredible. I still remember that your poster is up on the wall in the dressing room at the Roxy. So it's funny whenever if anybody ever has the chance to be up there, you'll probably have to be part of a production to be up there. But just to see all the posters, the door and the walls in there. And it's funny because you see a lot of very familiar faces who just keep coming back year after year, because as we've talked about, it's an amazing group of people, an amazing thing to be a part of. Sam, any memorable roles for you? Any roles that if you ever had the opportunity, I'd love to do that one again?
I think Shirley Valentine was pretty special to me. On stage on your own for 2 hours. If you forget the lines, you can make it up. So it's, that was really special to me. I would always welcome the opportunity to do that again. And definitely this Sexy Laundry. I mean, it's just been such a great pleasure to work with Tom. We have a really good chemistry on stage and very trusting of each other. So I'd have to say Sexy Laundry and working with Tom is pretty up there for me.
The first time I saw and clocked Samantha, because I think I saw you in some other stuff at the Roxy before Shirley Valentine, but I had such a great time at the theater that night, and it's such a funny show, and to be able to carry it for just by yourself for 2 hours is, man, that is a real slog. Anybody who's been on stage and knows what it's like to, what comes next? Where do I go with this? And Sam did such a wonderful job making a connection with the audience and telling that story. I was like, oh yeah, we gotta do something.
We gotta do something together, yeah.
That's awesome. Now, you both have a lot of experience with theater, but do you still get nervous?
I get nervous, like probably about 5 minutes, especially with Shirley Valentine. 5 minutes before I get on the stage, I all of a sudden think, I don't know the words.
I don't know anything.
It's all gone. And then you walk onto the stage and doing lots of acting, you learn to take that nervous energy and to put it into stage presence energy and utilize it. So once you get on there and the first line comes out, then it just seems to go away. So I don't know about you, Michael.
Oh yeah, it's there. But it's like, I think, watching hockey players before when the national anthem is being played and you can't quite stand still and they're shifting their heads and weights moving back and forth and you can just tell it's like, let's do this, right? It's like
time to go.
A horse getting ready for a race. You know it's coming, and you just want to do it. You just want to run it, and it is really fun to do. It's pretty crazy though. It is
fun to do,
because we start this play in bed, so there's this weird. You can't shift your weight. You can't dance around and shake it out because we're under the covers.
It's funny. Yeah, it's really funny.
That's awesome. You just sort of harness that nervous energy and use it and you kind of feed off of it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really good play, and I don't think people will be disappointed. Lots of laughing, lots of relatable content, and there's a little bit of sadness in it as well. So it's it might bring a tear to some people's eyes. So yeah, I really hope everybody comes out and enjoys the show. And
yeah, I definitely think it'll be relatable for a lot of people who've been with their partner for a long time, and then they're empty nesters, and they're like, now what do we do?
Now what do we do?
If we're not so-and-so's mom and dad, who are we? Kind of rediscovering themselves as well as each other as partners.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's good because it'll show what Bruce County Playhouse the type of really great productions that they put on, and this summer season starts in June.
Yeah, June 13th.
June 13th, goes all through August, and we have three plays. One's a musical, Karaoke Dreamer, and it starts off with Smarty Pants, which I'm in, and ends with Kitchen Witches. And so there's lots this summer that they're putting on, and Natalie Robitaille has a really good vision for that, and Patty Underwood really puts on great productions. So it's going to be a really good summer this year.
Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place to be. Go for a walk on the beach, that beautiful High Street area. Yeah, and it's not always sunny. It's a rainy evening. It's a wonderful spot to pass the time.
Yeah.
And you'll have a great laugh.
Yeah,
Really
I've actually
great
never
laugh.
been to the Bruce County Playhouse. I
It's-
feel kind of bad admitting that. I'm from Owen. I was born and raised here, but I just
Yeah.
moved back here about 5 years ago, so
Yeah.
I kind of wasn't part of it when it started up. But
Yeah.
I'll definitely have to check it out this
Yeah,
summer.
please do. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a good night, and it is, like Tom said, it is a small audience, and it's in the town hall, but it's all about the production and the acting and the vision behind it. That's what makes a Playhouse. Right.
Yeah. And you'll enjoy too. I believe they do a lot of weekday afternoons. So for
They do,
those that are on
yes.
early morning schedules that have the afternoon off.
That's right. You don't have
take
to
a
stay
nice
up till
break down.
10:30.
That's part of the problem is
Yeah.
that those
You can't stay
late
awake.
night shows. Yeah, honestly, I'm like by intermission, I'm like, because I've been up since 4
Get up
a.m.
early,
right?
yeah.
But good to know. Good to know. As far as the Bruce County Playhouse goes, volunteers. Are you looking for volunteers
thank
to help
you for
out?
saying that. Yes,
Yeah.
they're always looking for volunteers behind the bar, front of house, and we're also starting up a community arm to it as well for community productions. So, yeah, please go onto the website brucecountyplayhouse.com and reach out to see what those opportunities are. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Awesome. Well, I know the Roxy values their volunteers
amazing.
immensely because without them, they couldn't do everything that they do.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
I assume there would be similar roles there at Bruce County Playhouse
Yes,
now.
thank you.
Sexy Laundry going to be on stage at Roxy Theatre May 8th, 9th, and 10th. How
That's
are
correct.
ticket sales been going?
So far, so good.
So far,
so good, yeah.
Friday's the biggest house as far as pre-sales go now, from what I've seen. But it is always room for more, right? 400 seats to fill, so
Yeah.
get your tickets.
Yeah. Well, with a very limited run, with only 3 shows, only 3 opportunities to see this show, you better get your tickets soon,
Yeah,
because they are going to
thank
go
you.
fast. RoxyTheater.ca, of course, has the all the information on this and other performances that are coming to the Roxy. We've got about a minute left. Is there anything else we should know before we let you both go?
Natalie Robitaille, who is the artistic director of Bruce County Playhouse, is the one who started this ball rolling and is rarely on stage, but should be. Talented artist in her own right, and you will get a chance to see her
Smarty Pants.
in Smarty Pants.
Yeah.
June 13th.
I've been lucky enough to chat with Natalie before, and she is pretty amazing. We'll have to have her on this show to talk more about the Bruce County
Yes,
Playhouse in
yeah,
the summer
yeah.
season.
10 years. I
10
mean,
years.
that's
It's
quite
amazing.
an accomplishment in a small town like this. Yeah.
All right. Well, looking forward to Sexy Laundry May 8th through the 10th at the Roxy, roxytheater.ca to get your tickets. Thank you to Tom and Sam for being here. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up on.
I'm a singer-songwriter from Six Nations, and I've been writing songs about my experience, and with that being said, it's helped me hold hope in my heart in following my dreams and being resilient to everyday Indigenous battles. Competition between spirit, earth, and wind, let me tell you now. This song in particular, The Shiner, is a special song that I wrote for my grandfather. He was a snow snake maker, and that is a Haudenosaunee winter sport. It's my job to educate and to share, and the music allows me to do that. He'll be shining snow snakes and mudcats to the end of his days.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Tiffany James, the host of Her Story. Join us on Rogers TV as I interview various women in our community on how they found success in their own way.
Welcome back to Grey County Life. Joining us in studio now from the Owen Sound and North Grey Union Public Library, Katie McLeish. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hi. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh, we're glad you were able to make it because I know there's a lot going on at work right now at the library.
Of course. There's always so much going on at the local public library.
Yeah. So we're specifically kind of wanting to talk about the Youth Film Festival.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what that is.
All right. So 2024 marks the 13th annual year of the Grey Bruce Youth Film Festival. So it started back in 2010 as the Owen Sound Youth Film Festival, and we've been continuing since then. So short animated or live action films from students in grades 7 to 12, so a maximum of 10 minutes in length. And yeah, we accept those submissions up until Friday, May 10th this year. And then we have a grand screening at the Galaxy Cinemas in Owen Sound in June, usually the second or third week in June on a Wednesday, and just sorting out that date right now. But yeah, there's tremendous creativity from the youth in our area, and the films are always just a joy to watch. Fantastic to see what the youth are getting up to.
What were some of the highlights for last year's contest? To put you on the spot, but do you recall the winners, what the films were about?
Oh, of course, yes. So last year, we actually had kind of a surprising win. So for our senior first place, it went to a film called Menstruation that focused on kind of what it's like to menstruate as a person. And that one actually, it had such humor and wit and like really a great warmth to it. It actually took the People's Choice Award as well, because usually it's a different film for People's Choice, but that one won by a landslide. And the junior first place last year went to a film called The Kerfuffle, which was kind of a comedy of errors where a bag with something secret in it was picked up by the wrong person, and then he was getting chased down by secret spies and had to figure out, oh, you want this? And then just has to give the bag back because he didn't know what was in it. But yeah, like tremendous creativity. And yeah, it goes from serious and heartfelt to silly and comedic. So yeah, such a great range of films.
Well, why is it important that youth are interested in film? Like, well, why have a youth film festival? I mean, what are we developing with the youth for having this?
All right. Well, for the youth, I think even being here at Rogers TV Grey County shows having those skills in film production, editing, those are tremendous skills to bring into the workplace, and also to just have in your life to like capture your memories, be creative, make things with friends. And it's a great outlet for youth to share that creativity with a wider audience, because now that you have like a cell phone you can take a great image on, like the kids have access to so much great filmmaking technology, and this is a chance for them to really share that and show what they're doing, and yeah, let people in the community enjoy what they've been doing.
Yeah, and as you said, it's a great skill to develop. I mean, even think about, you know, when companies are promoting their businesses, their products, you know, they're making videos to put on social media, on their websites. So having that skill at such a young age to, you know, carry forward is so beneficial for their futures too.
Exactly. Like it's totally transferable to so many aspects of work nowadays. So, and as well, just being a tremendous creative outlet, a chance to share your perspective and what you think about the world. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an exciting time that we have this technology everywhere. Because, I mean, one of the greatest filmmakers, and not to discourage the kids, but like Steven Spielberg started just this way with a home movie camera and some ideas and experimenting and like, I'm going to try this and I'm going to do this and I've got a story to tell. And now you get to do that and potentially have your film seen by people, potentially have them, they might even go on to the Meaford International Film Festival as a result of this.
Yes, because we have tremendous community partners. because the Meaford International Film Festival, the artistic director Anna Den Hengst makes a selection of films from the Grey Bruce Youth Film Festival, and they are screened kind of as like a little preview before the film at the Meaford International Film Festival. So she actually gets the filmmakers up to talk a bit about their process, what inspired them, and yeah, have a great audience to share these films with. Yeah.
That's amazing. What's the criteria I mean, obviously you have to be a high school student, but what else are you looking for in submissions? What needs to be there for people thinking of signing up?
Okay, so yeah, so it can be a live action, it can be animated. We've had stop motion, we've had hand-drawn animation, but yeah, our criteria are actually pretty broad. So it needs to be less than 10 minutes. And it needs to have kind of original music, because that's the one stickler, is like we can't have copyrighted material in these films that we are reproducing and screening. But otherwise, like content-wise, we've had murder mysteries, we've had silly like slugs terrorizing the town, we've had comedy of errors. So basically the criteria, students in grades 7 to 12, no longer than 10 minutes, and let your imagination run wild.
Yeah, I love that it's being left so open, because as you said, it just allows them to be as creative as they want to be. That's really cool. Instead of giving them like, it has to be about, this kind of, some sort of a theme, right? Because I've seen that with different film festivals, but not giving them really anything to keep their creativity down. I like that.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask too, just with the, in terms of opening it up like that and making it super creative, is there help? Because big ideas, sometimes you need help. Maybe it's help with, maybe I need somebody to hold a camera. Maybe I need somebody to help me with a graphic. Maybe I need a perfect set location. Maybe the library is a perfect set. Is there any assistance with people as they embark on this journey of making a short film, or are they kind of on their own and they have to figure it out on their own, like a real filmmaker in the real world?
Well, we actually send out a lot of information to the local high schools and middle schools. So we have had films that are made as class projects. So in that case, they would have the guidance of a teacher and the assistance of their peers and their class. But also we have partnered with a number of local libraries. So in addition to the Owen Sound and North Grey Union Public Library, the Grey Bruce Youth Film Festival is also we made possible by the partnership with the Bruce County Public Library, Grey Highlands Public Library, Hanover Public Library, Meaford Public Library, Southgate Public Library, and the West Grey Public Library. So all of these libraries, we are happy to help answer questions. If they're looking for a location to film, I haven't had that question yet this year, but I would say, sure, come on in.
Just saying murder at the library.
That
murder at the library, somebody do it.
Well, I'm picturing like, the movie A Night at the Museum.
Yes.
But like with the library and the books come to life.
The book characters come out. That would be fantastic.
Okay, let's stop talking. We have an idea here. We're going to sell it to Disney after this.
I'm not in grade 7 to 12, so I can't answer. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
But yeah, that would be actually a really cool place for them to film, in the library.
Yeah, and of course, if they reach out, I'm happy to help, like fielding questions, doing whatever I can, because I love to see these films come to fruition and be shared with the community.
Right, and when they do the showing in June, I would assume that you do like a Q&A as well as part of that, as well as showing the films?
Oh, well, we tend to actually have a pretty packed schedule. Okay. So last year we had a total of 26 films submitted. Wow. And only about an hour of screen time in the Galaxy cinemas. So we had to be selective, like certain films were selected for the screening, But we tried to fit in, of course, as many as we could. So it was kind of a quick introduction, film screening, award ceremony. But then after the fact, we do have out in the lobby of the theater local media like Rogers TV Grey County and Whiteman as well. They come and ask questions of the filmmakers and edit up shows that showcase the films, as well as speaking with the filmmakers about their process.
That's such a cool experience for the kids. Oh my gosh, I bet they feel so important.
Oh yeah, because
I love
like
that.
Mark comes up with the microphone and they're getting interviewed. Yeah, fantastic.
I love that.
Obviously, there's a lot going on at the library, so let's pause on the film festival for just a moment, because you mentioned something before we went on the air today that excites me. Comic-Con. That's coming this weekend, is that right?
Oh yes, so Saturday, May 4th from 10 till 4 p.m. the Owen Sound and North Grey Union Public Library. It's the return of the Owen Sound Mini-Con. So we have cosplay competitions, we have video game tournaments, we have a sandbox where you can build cosplay props, we have an escape room, although that's booked up pretty quickly. We have tons of things going on, and yeah, just celebrating all things geeky and fandom culture, and it's great to see folks coming out in their costumes. Like, I know there were some fantastic plays last year. They're like Nintendo characters are always popular. Also, there were lots of comic book like D.
And is that open to all ages?
Oh, of course, yes. So yeah, come to the library on May 4th and you'll see some fun stuff.
You have to have chosen May 4th because it's Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day.
And
May the 4th
leaning,
be with you.
Yes, we're leaning into the Star Wars theme this year. One of our kind of features at OsmaCon is going to be a Star Wars photo wall. So my colleague Sarah at the library has been busy building a Death Star.
Really? Wow.
So that's going to be one of the props for the photo wall.
I actually know Sarah. She lives around the corner from me.
Oh, nice.
Is she building it super big? Is in the backyard?
I was going to say, I haven't seen her bringing any Death Star materials in and out of her house.
In the library.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask her about it next time I see her.
Yeah.
How's your Death Star? And she'll be like, how do you know about the Death Star?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so that's 10 to 4 coming up on Saturday, and it's open to everybody. Is there any registration ahead of time, or just show up?
Only registration for the escape room, but I think we're booked up for the day of OsmaCon, but there are still some slots kind of the week before, so depending on when this airs, if you give the library a call, we can see if we can fit you in.
I love that. I love Comic-Con. I love that people get to just express their like, almost, I don't want to say geekiness, but kind of,
yeah,
you know, I don't want to be, and
that.
I'm not meaning that to be derogatory, right?
No.
I remember working at an event when I lived in Thunder Bay. We had a Comic-Con at the hotel and conference center that I worked at. And so I was working, we had like a snack bar that we set up for the attendees, like chips and popcorn and stuff like that.
We do that down with the video games.
Yeah, so I was like working, you know, and they told me I could dress up if I wanted to, and I was like, I don't know what I would be. Like, I don't even have that creativity in mind, but I just adored seeing everybody in their costumes, and you could tell the work that went into some of these, you know, masterpieces, you know, that they've spent a long time sewing and gluing and everything. It was, I love it. I think it's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's funny, last summer I was at a Jays game, which was going on the same weekend as Comic-Con in Toronto, and they were going on next to each other.
Oh, wow.
So if you can imagine that area near the Sky Dome you've got 30,000 Blue Jays fans costumed head to toe in Blue Jays gear, and what seemed like 10,000 comic book fans costumed in amazing headgear, and everybody got along. And I at one point turned to my friends and said, I think I'm going to the wrong place. I think I should be going with them. They look like they're going to have more fun.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna follow Wolverine here.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I love that.
Is there anything else going on at the library, Katie, that we should know about? So you've got Comic-Con, we've got the Youth Film Festival coming up. What else is happening?
Yeah, well, we've been holding our monthly book sales, so the third Thursday of the month. So that is made possible by generous donations from people in the community. We also have started up doing repair cafes. So I believe that's the second Saturday of the month. We actually have volunteers who will help you fix your stuff.
Yeah, and I heard it's like really busy.
Oh yeah, it's been so successful so far. And yeah, like the skills people are bringing to the table, like sewing, electrical work, bike repair, like so much stuff. And that saves things from going to the landfill. It gives things a new life. So I'm so glad that the library is involved with that repair cafe. Yeah.
Right, and I know that you're also hosting some of the memoir series as well.
Yes, that has been fantastic as well, just to see the crowds coming out for awesome author talks, truly.
Yeah, and workshops, because we had Lauren on to talk about that, the first one when they had Ali Hassan.
Yes.
And that one ended up being just hugely successful.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, and like otherwise we're kind of gearing up for summer now. So yeah, lots of kids programs, like weekly our Wacky Wednesday programs. We've got Lego Club every other week. Lots of things coming for summer, so it's in the works, but it'll be in the next newsletter.
Right. Do you still do like a reading buddy program?
Yes, yeah. So actually applications both for readers and for buddies are currently available on our website and at the youth services desk in the library.
Perfect. I was a reading buddy.
Oh yeah?
Back in the day, 20-something years ago. But I grew up going to the library. My Aunt Chris was one of the librarians there for a long time. She's recently retired. So I spent a lot of time at the Owen Sound Public Library and have so many great memories. And then when I was in my teen years, I was a reading buddy, and I can still remember, sitting in the kids area upstairs, and you just spend an hour, and each kid I would pick out some books. The kid that I would help would pick out a few books, and we would just sit there and read, and it was such a great experience.
Yeah, so rewarding for both, the readers and the buddies, and they love having like a cool older teen to read with.
Yeah, Martin was my reading buddy, and he thought I was pretty cool at the time. Yeah. I was about 17, 18 maybe, but yeah, he was, I think, probably about 7 or 8 years old, and he made me feel pretty cool because I knew all the words.
Oh yeah.
Katie, we've only got just less than a couple of minutes left, but we've talked a lot about what the library does. It really is a community hub. It's not just a place to take books out. Right. Is there anything else about the library that we should know about? Because it's a place where I think you guys rent out fishing equipment. Like it really is a cool place.
Yeah, not fishing equipment quite yet, although fingers crossed. But we do have our library of things, which has been steadily growing. So we have things like snowshoes, we have park passes for Ontario parks, for the Grey Sauble Conservation Authority, in the summer Harrison Park pool passes. We have musical instruments, percussion instruments, glockenspiels. We have toys, we have puzzles, we have board games, trekking poles if you're going on a hiking trip, drums as well. Like, we have so many things other than books that you can take out and enjoy, maybe learn a new skill, take out a ukulele and test your musical knowledge. Yeah, so much cool stuff.
I love that.
Well, we do have to wrap it up. Thank you so much, Katie, for being here to talk about the library and the Youth Film Festival. You've got until May 10th to get your submissions in. The website is osnugup.ca for Owen Sound North Grey Union Public Library. Say that out, get the...
I did it. I need it.
A hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Vivica Gravel, Community Development Coordinator with the City of Owen Sound and the River District. And welcome to My River District. This is a show where every week we'll be here at Rogers Studios talking to you and talking to local businesses and people in the community about why they, as locals, love it here. They'll also share some stories about their businesses and how they can help you. So meet us here every week, Rogers TV, for the whole season of My River District.
Hi, I'm David Sherman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show where my guest will be Ian Boddy, Mayor of Owen Sound. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Great County Life. Joining us in studio now, Renee from the Owen Sound Animal Shelter with a very sweet doggie who is looking for a forever home.
Or a treat.
Or something to eat. Renee, tell us about this this sweet Hazel who's a whole lot of love.
She's a whole lot. Hazel is an 8-year-old Chihuahua who is incredibly friendly and social and loves attention, which is not something I typically say about Chihuahuas. It's not that I don't love them, I just find that they're often not that friendly. Hazel is, however, she's got a very big heart, and as you can see, she's got quite the big body to put it in. Hazel is, I'm sorry, we're going to talk about this. She's been very well loved. Hazel enjoyed a lifetime of being somebody's best companion and sharing their meals. Sorry, love. She has been surrendered. She's lost her owner, and unfortunately, we're discovering that her taste in food has affected some things besides her weight. At the shelter, she's only eating double bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's, and that is it.
Wait, is that a joke? Or?
I'm really not kidding. She is not eating dog food. We're hoping that that is something she learns to like, but I need to mention it because she's high risk right now at the shelter. We need to get her on out of there because stress is really difficult on the small dogs, especially dogs with potential heart issues. We don't think she has one. I don't want to make it sound that way, but when you get a little on the chunky 4 times you're supposed to be weight size, you run a risk of heart issues. And not eating for a period of time, high stress, and being a chunky monkey, she's a bit at risk. So as you can see, we're spending a lot of time with her. Hazel and I have been best buds for about a week, haven't we? She's been coming back and forth with me on calls. She loves the car. She's spending a lot of time sitting with me at the desk, not on my lap because she's too darn heavy, but we're getting a lot of exercise. She is slimming up a little bit, and I mean, if it's a bacon double cheeseburger that keeps her happy in the meantime, that's what we got to do.
Just put one on the end of like a fishing rod.
I know.
Keep
And
reeling
keep
it back.
playing. Just
She'll
keep
run.
playing.
She'll keep reeling it back.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to get me going too.
It's true.
I gotta say, a Wendy's Baconator is also my kryptonite.
I was like, I'm starving all of a sudden.
That's right. I mean,
I know where I'm going for lunch after this.
Exactly.
Hazel,
We're
come
all-
on, let's
we're
go get
all
lunch.
going
It's on me.
together. We're all going together.
And Frosties, of course.
Absolutely. We have tried other things. We've done the dog food, cat food, puppy food, adult food, you name it. We've got a big selection at the shelter. She's not interested. She's not even eating hot dogs. I am very, very particular about her burger. Didn't want the McDonald's burger. Didn't want the A&W burger.
It's random.
I know. And
my dog would literally eat any. It would eat a cardboard cutout of a cheeseburger.
Let's be real. Dogs eat cat poo, right? Like they'll eat anything.
Rabbit poop. It's a delicacy.
Not this one.
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably done a lot of cheese and crackers and steak dinners. I'm guessing, but I mean.
So this dog's probably ate better in the last 8 years than I have.
suspect so.
Yeah,
and this is what happens when you feed that dog that kind of food.
Poor sweet spoiled baby.
Hazel is a senior at 8 years, but these little guys in good health can live up to 20. So she's past all the busy stuff, which is nice. You don't move very fast. But at the same time, she should live a good long life as long as she gets some of this chunky weight off, right? We're doing it. We're getting better at it.
And how is she walking? She good with like walks?
She likes it. She doesn't have the energy to go very far, but lots of short walks is what we're doing, and they're slowly coming off. We did take a visit, didn't we, to a nursing home, and Hazel got to wander the floors, and she got to meet all the older people and cuddle with them and snuggle with them. So she's great with all people, which again, Chihuahua, I don't say that very often.
Yeah.
No problems with all of those things, and she got probably more exercise yesterday, the day before, than she's had in a period of time. So it is possible. I mean, maybe it could be a weight loss journey you could do together, right? Since you're sharing meals anyway, right? You could do the thing. We don't recommend you continue to feed her human food. The reality is, I mean, people should be eating dog food sort of products. And when I say that, I mean, they get the whole complete nutrition package in a bowl. How awesome is that? Yeah. I mean, if we could go, here's everything you need in a day in this bowl, wouldn't we eat it? I would. It would sure make my life easier.
Yeah.
And she has the advantage of that because she's a dog. The unfortunate, where do you think you're going? On my lap is not the best thing. The unfortunate thing is she doesn't like it. So we're hoping that she can slowly convert. There are raw diets, there are homemade dog food, things you can buy to make your homemade dog food in an attempt to switch her over. Maybe you could mix it half and half. I don't know. Yeah. Right now it's bacon double cheeseburgers. I'm sorry. Maybe we should like work for Wendy's or something. We could do promos. You could be, I don't know that you're going to tell people to eat them though. Like, I mean, no offense. No offense. I don't know. This doesn't make me want to go eat one.
I still want to eat one.
I know. It's true. It's true. Maybe just one. Maybe not one every day.
In moderation.
Maybe not every day.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
She would love a buddy who, as you said, is available to spend time with her. Is maybe someone that works from home and is able to accommodate those shorter multiple
1000%.
walks.
Yep.
And as you said, maybe someone is currently deciding to embark on a weight loss journey of their own, and they could do a little springtime slim down sort of thing.
Why not?
And oh my gosh, she's so sweet, and she hasn't barked at all.
She is not a barker. She is,
which is surprising for Chihuahuas.
Very strange. Yep, she's not a barker. She's good with cats. Another strange thing. She's good with all people. Another strange thing. Really, really nothing bad about this dog. Just that you're a little chunker.
Yeah.
Just a little chunker. But you know what? That's something we can fix slowly, right? Maybe. I hope. Right?
Oh my goodness. Well, Hazel, you are a sweetheart, and I'm sure that the right home is out there for you. And we do hope that they find you soon, because, as Renee said, the shelter, as pleasant as it is, and it can't be always the best for dogs like her, who's used to, being a companion dog, and she's used to being the center of attention.
I got to go home at night. She can't come. It's sad. It's sad for us both. I'm like, have a good night.
Goodness. Other than Hazel, how are things at the shelter with intakes? Busy?
Yeah, we're seeing a continuation of people calling. We're getting lots of people with big dogs, still trying to bring them in. Our numbers are a little lower today. It changes day to day. We again deal with a lot of crises that we are obligated to obviously take them, and so we have to leave a little bit of space for that. So I never like to say, oh, we got a little bit of space, because we never really do. Right. But in saying that, it's not been too terrible. I know all shelters, however, are still screaming for help, particularly the large dogs. I mean, you could be big. You kind of be a big little dog, kind of, but the bigger ones. I'm talking about the big dogs. Like we have a shepherd who's been with us quite a long time. We have a giant dog who looks like a Pyrenees mix, who's been with us a long time. They're just not moving because they're too big. So if you're looking for something bigger than this, and I mean taller, not heavier, we have those as well. So certainly give us a call. Starting to see an increase in people calling about volunteering. Okay. Lots of questions about that, which is great. The warmer weather, I'm hoping, is coming. And with that, we want to see more dogs getting out longer, doing more things, because they want to be out. They don't want to be sitting in their cages. Yeah. So certainly give us a call. You have to be over 13, or you have to bring an adult with you. It's the only rule.
Wonderful. Well, call Renee if you're interested in volunteering or interested in meeting the very sweet Hazel, 519-372-1123. A big thanks to Renee, and thank you for joining us on Grey County Life.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of